From Seminole Hard Rock in Hollywood, Florida, this is Poker Night in America. Hello and welcome to Poker Night in America. I'm Chris Hansen, that's Joe Stapleton, and Stapes, we're finally closing out our trip to Seminole Hard Rock.
Oh, that reminds me, I forgot to close out my tab at the bar last night.
Ooh, a big tab?
I'll say it was, mister. I'll have another strawberry daiquiri.
Coming up on tonight's show, it's a riveting story about a man's struggle to overcome the genetic deficiency that is going prematurely gray.
How long is it since you went prematurely gray?
Also, Phil Laak gets put in the hurt locker.
So this hurts so much.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Do you, Chris? Do you?
Noah Schwartz is going to join the fray. He's buying in for $10,000 and various stacks all around him. He's got Laak with $41,000, Hellmuth with $14,000. If you're jumping into this game, that's probably not the spot you want to sit in.
All right, Hanson, now pipe down because there's an absolutely riveting story happening right now about hair color.
My father, who I got the premature gray from, like, you know, genetically, doesn't have gray hair because he colors it. So I'm around with my dad, who doesn't have gray hair, and I do. It's kind of unnatural, right?
I'm sure your phone is ringing off the hook. Better answer it. Hey, it's Hollywood on the line. They want to turn your hair color story into a movie. 50 Shades of Premature Gray.
Now it's like the first time I saw it at all was like late.
I love Laak's goggles in the Avatar. You know, he's actually only wearing those because he refuses to miss new episodes of the Vanderpump Rules. Is it Vanderpump Rules or the Vanderpump Rules? I don't know. Spoilers.
He's going goggles, I gotta go glasses.
Aces for David Silverman.
Goggles versus glasses,
They even
Phil.
have Bluetooth in them. I mean, that's the cool thing about it.
Please don't touch the goggles.
Polyurethane. No, they really are state of the art. Type 0.7.
And look at that. Phil
Hi-ya.
Laak flops a set of sevens, but Silverman's got the flush option.
Coming in a second, Schwartzy.
275 from Laak.
Take a back seat sometimes. We gotta hear the premature gray.
I actually don't hate this raise.
You put on your shades right at the beginning of the sand, too. And you made some comment, and I remember thinking at the time, I wished I'd heard what he said.
I'm with you, buddy.
I put my glasses and said, oh, shades versus goggles.
Shades versus goggles.
Hilarious.
The goggles, they do nothing.
Shades versus goggles. That feels like it's the key to the end of the hand, you know?
Where is he from, dude? Like XR826.
All right, Bagel. I called you, Bagel.
Is it? Yeah, bro.
Laak calls the raise.
I know.
Phil is like,
Oh, no.
So Silverman gets there with the nut flush. Man, this will be hilarious if they put the straight flush out there.
9 1/4.
Phil's still betting. I guess he must expect he's getting raised on the flop by a lot of non-club overpairs.
Shades called.
And here comes the river.
Shades, what do you want for that last card to come out?
6 of clubs.
Worse, right?
No, come on.
Wow.
Stop.
What a bunch of horse nonsense. So if...
I'm all in.
Oh, can he actually bluff Phil off a chop? I love it. Shades versus goggles rules.
Wow, you dirty dog. That's what I wanted to do. If he checked, I would do that. So if I was sitting there and I had the 10 of clubs, I'm pretty sure that I'm going to check, hoping that my opponent hangs himself, because he can't call an all-in, because I would have the blocker to the 10 of clubs.
Just for clarification, they both have a straight flush.
Wow, that's a strong argument to calling to chop, but that's pretty gross.
Silverman's put him in a worse spot than when your girl asks to look something up on your phone.
Buster Douglas, I think it was a 40.
Sure, go ahead. Just be quick about it. Just gonna watch what you do, make sure you don't have any typos.
Okay, what I'm about to do, I don't advise this at home. There's a theory in gambling called score sheet decision making. Right now I'm up around 3K, up stuck 7, because I was up 10 at one point. If I play this and I get it wrong, I now become legitimately stuck.
I like to call this, by the way, Phil
Whatever,
Lockchick.
24 minus-
It's logic, but Phil Lock style.
I'd be stuck 21K, and I'd be very embarrassed. The embarrassment when he doesn't have the 10 of clubs and it was a chop is not that bad. I lose 2,500. I'm very happy for the man. I'll get him later maybe, but it would hurt so bad if I was wrong. That pain, that's why he can do this play. This is genius, but I'm in such pain. This hurts so much. but I'm just gonna do the painful move.
Makes perfect sense to me. Solid logic.
If you show the bluff, it's just...
Can you show it?
I can maybe show one. I'm not sure.
Show him the red one. Show him the red one, Vinny. Come on.
I made a score sheet decision. In a theoretical world, I put it in.
Wow. Nah, I would have showed the ace of clubs. Ace 10 of clubs, way more likely a hand he could have there.
When the river came and it made a straight flush, my first reaction was, are you serious? Like, that's the run out. And then I quickly went into thinking, what does Phil think?
I thought that he had it. I thought he had like maybe queen 10 of clubs or ace 10, the ace, I don't know. It was weird. It was a weird hand.
In that spot, he's probably not going to want to call $20,000 to chop. And I was happy to hear him give the whole analysis on why he should fold, and I was happy to take down the 2,400.
I actually don't feel bad about folding, even though my live reads had just call, because he's just trying to steal. But then I didn't do it. Sometimes you don't do what's right, you know?
Action on Alec Torelli.
Raising with 5-4 suited, knows he's likely to get some salad folds.
Seriously, we're poker players here.
Doesn't have to turn.
What's with the salads?
Obviously, could
Phil Laak's doing it right. He ordered a salad, but in his goggles, he's eating a steak.
So I just made it small.
Smart.
I might as well call out of position.
And we're watching Jeff Gross chew.
Small raise, I let you in.
Who isn't having a good time yet?
Yeah. If he's the Laden.
I don't know, probably everyone is eating a salad.
I'd be honored.
Now we're up to 1,000 from Ian O'Hara and his ace-king.
I do not know much about his game, but I know we've seen him play exactly 2 hands.
Can't help competitive, and when someone gets away with like bad playing against me, like repeatedly, I just so tilted. I'm gonna play tighter again.
Oh boy, this could be the worst thing that happened to Ian O'Hara since that mustache he was sporting a while back. Yeesh.
You're not drinking, Schwartz.
Yeah.
I mean, if it
What stories about like going to bed at 11 o'clock?
Yeah.
Sold anything.
No, but it's
1,000 is the bet, and there's the call from Torelli.
I think he just calls there pretty much always.
let's go out. But
Alec is never supposed to have a 5 here.
environment.
And since Ian doesn't have a diamond, he may slow down.
Gets a big
Guys, tell
charity
us,
event
you know.
down here. Get some of the Heat players and get a big event
And I
down.
do not expect Alec to give a free river, not with those diamonds out there.
I'm sure Luol Dang would get involved.
2,500 the bet from Torelli.
I need like,
Unfortunately for Ian, there are lots of worse hands that Torelli would bet there.
Sure, it could be arranged.
but I'm a Golden State Warrior guy.
I understand. We're all aware of that.
I watched a Golden State Warriors game with Phil once. He knew all the players' names and everything.
All in.
Alec keeps on firing, and this time he empties the clip. Puts O'Hara in a nasty spot. He cannot be feeling good right now.
O'Hara calls him off, and Torelli is winning a monster pot.
Thank you.
Brutal.
Oof.
It's so sick how good Torelli runs. It's just so sick.
All right, kids, we got to take a quick break, but we will be right back. Stick around.
For more from Poker Night, visit pokernight.com or find us on Twitch, Facebook, Twitter, or YouTube, where you can see complete episodes and unedited live streams. Welcome back to Poker Night in America. Let's head back to the table.
O'Hara looking to gamble up after that big loss. He is straddling this hand.
Oh, you did?
I was waiting for you.
Oh, I'm getting a refill right now.
You're gonna lose a lot, I think. I've got a Crown and Ginger right there.
Oh, wow. Congrats. Well done. I'll take a Crown and Coke. I think it helps.
Alec Torelli going right back at Ian O'Hara, raising the straddle.
Machine, Alec.
Silverman calls with suited connectors. Gross is looking at ace-jack.
Ace-jack, so much action behind you, so much action still to happen in front of you. Jeffrey's got a squeeze box. And Alec doesn't sleep at all.
He's probably the only one that saw it.
And for this big of a raise, I think 9-8 should probably be a fold, but this is a cash game, and these guys are old pals, so go for it.
This is like two brothers fighting, you know?
Yep.
These guys, this is the best man. This is buddies for life, but they have to fight because they're playing cards. So you at home, it's like racquetball. You have to fight when you're out there on the court if it's your friend.
Thanks, Phil.
Wow, couldn't have said it better myself.
And with poker.
And by the way, that is the first ever poker/racquetball reference made in the history of televised poker.
We could win a pokery for that. Is there such a thing as a pokery? No? Okay. Betting a call on that flop. Silverman ahead. I think that flop's going to hit Silverman's range quite a bit.
Does it hurt to know that like one of the Balti boys is taking a hit?
And the deuce on the turn.
It hurts me more that I'm not in the pot, Phil.
Puts a second flush draw out there. Does gross fire again after getting stationed on the flop.
2,200 is the bet.
You can't beat your friends in a game of poker, then you're not playing
You're in
poker.
big trouble.
Well said.
Don't think Silverman's folding.
VP.
It's just a tough spot for him because he knows he's likely to face another bet on the river.
Right?
And that bet is likely to be exponentially bigger, especially if it's a bluff.
JG,
But not a lot.
this is where the friendship comes in.
You got the rig back.
Just like 1-6-9 call at
fold?
a time.
Gets bluffed by gross, but you can't really blame him.
He did the smile on him. JG was bluffing for sure.
Did you guys play hard against each other in home games?
Very, especially Dave and I.
Yeah. There's always like people within the home game that played harder. It's fun though because like nobody could get hurt.
No, he
like,
did. Matt thought I did.
No, you could get hurt, but it depends.
People at our games got
It
hurt.
always starts off where no one could get hurt, and then there gets to a point where.
I haven't had two yet.
I actually played in a home game once where a bug zapper was bet.
Probably lightweight.
Somebody bet a bug zapper.
Somebody who had just been to the home improvement store and bought a bug zapper that day, still had it with the receipt in his car, didn't have enough money to cover the bet, and put a bug zapper into the middle of the table.
Sounds like a really sick game.
JG could have had an ace-king, but, you know, I think he started out.
Sad
with
thing
some
is
of
he
these.
won and took the bug zapper back and no one had to return it to cash in. Should have been a tell. If somebody is confident enough to put in a new bug zapper, they probably have got the nuts.
You know, that's where the term the nuts comes from. It's someone was so confident in their hand that they would bet the nuts from their wagon.
Burn myself?
So now we'll have to call the nuts the bug zapper.
There you go.
I mean, who would be crazy enough to bet a bug zapper without it being on the nuts? Aces for Torelli, sevens for Silverman, and he flops a set up and down for Newman. Jeff Gross, 8 high. Torelli was the pre-flop aggressor. He continues here with his overpair.
All right, Stapleton, does this pot go over 20,000?
We'll have to check out the turn. 20,000 maybe. Does it get to bug zapper status? I'm not sure.
We're at 4,300 now, as the bet was 900 and got a couple of callers. Let's go to the turn. What the deuce?
I think Torelli really could go for 3 streets if this board doesn't get much worse. He's very unlikely to be behind right now.
There comes 2,200.
Of course, we know he is behind to Silverman's set of sevens.
And if you are Silverman, there is exactly nothing on this board that scares you right now. Not try to eliminate a player. You'll even keep a player with a weak draw in to see the river.
And Stewart Newman, or as I like to call him, Stu New, he's still drawn to the nuts, so he should be going nowhere. Just a call.
Well, we're over halfway there. We're approaching 11,000 in the pot now as all 3 players want to see that river. And it is a 9, and the ship has come in for Stu New. Can I call him Stu New, or is that just a you and him thing?
That's my gift to the world.
Thank you. And he's first act.
Now he's going to lead out at this. Very interesting. That's 3,300 into a pot of just over 10K. I'd be pretty surprised to see Alec Torelli pay this off.
Do you think both of them are going to fold?
I think a set of sevens has to call once Torelli folds, but he hasn't acted yet. Let's see what he does.
Torelli folds, and yeah, I agree with you. Silverman has to pay him off here.
I think Newman could bet this with King Jack or King 9.
So sick.
Rivered again.
I knew to raise the turn.
And we didn't get the 20K. If you took the under, you win tonight, $17,000. No, you don't win that. That's going to Stu New.
You win what my dad likes to call the special no prize.
Should just check folded the turn. That's so stupid.
I'm gonna jam the turn. I didn't have enough money.
Oh, it's tasty. Not gonna lie to you. Pepperoni, a fine marinara sauce, tasty crust.
Poker Night in America at Seminole Hard Rock Hollywood, Florida this week.
Straddle is on. Ian O'Hara in for a hundo.
Hellmuth raises to 300 with ace-9.
Hellmuth loves the old ace-9. I don't fax with that.
Now we're even, JG.
Oh, come on in, Silverman.
Looks like PBF is in.
Come on, all the cool kids are doing it. Call, call.
Ian O'Hara is going to need to have 2 blanks. Wow, he folds the king 4 despite getting ridiculous pot odds.
If I bet a normal amount, he can raise all.
He would have flopped top pair, and it would have been the best hand. Womp womp.
You'd probably be, don't have to worry about that.
Torelli's got the best hand here with ace-jack. He made a pair of jacks on the flop. Both Silverman and Seidman paired their 7.
The table, they start to go, what is going on here?
Yeah, and just be frustrated.
Checks around.
That's the only way for me to win that pot. Say all in.
Deuce on the turn.
But I didn't have the heart to say it.
Who was the guy who used to bet quack quack all the time?
Jeff Gross picks up a flush draw.
Paul McGraw? 22. I just thought of him. He always bet in the 2s.
I have not seen Paul McGrail in a long time.
23.
I haven't thought of that name in almost a decade.
From 22.
For some inexplicable reason, Phil Hellmuth has bet here, thinking he can get 4 folds. Not very likely. And what would Hellmuth bet now that he wouldn't continue with on the flop? Torelli calls. I don't think Silverman can stick around with 3rd pair. Nope. Conversely, wow, Jeff Gross folds the flush draw. People actually fold flush draws?
Not when I play.
No.
Another jack on the river for Torelli.
Hellmuth wisely waves the white flag.
That's really messed up. I was going to say the exact same thing.
Really?
Like, I was about to just say that.
I would say that we share a brain, but that would mean that we both have half a brain. Actually, that's probably generous.
I'm going to get a speech after this hand for sure.
Hellmuth calls.
Wow. Phil puts on the cape.
No, that had me beat.
Oh, it did?
And immediately falls flat on his face.
Okay. Thought I got lucky on you in the end.
No, you did not. Pair of jacks was good.
Oh, man. I am kind of in stun mode over here.
That is a hell of a...
You don't see too many times where Phil will just hand over 3,400 like that. I don't care who it's against.
Probably just setting him up for later.
Schwartz makes it 400.
Yeah, that would have hurt. That would have hurt.
Yeah, you would have been done, right?
Oh, still in him.
Maybe get it all in somehow, right? Yeah, that's right. It's ace of clubs.
David Silverman getting involved with the old suited 2-gapper.
Oh, man.
He's re-raising to 900. Noah Schwartz will happily continue in this hand. Noah Schwartz
Look what I'm texting.
re-pops it.
Matt Glantz, please don't put Torelli on my left again if we invite him again. If we invite him again.
Silverman doesn't seem like the type to just give this up before the flop, despite the fact that he has 6 high. They're suited!
If I had you on the left for the rest of my life, I'd snap, make 2 adjustments, and we're there.
As I suspected, Silverman did not give it up.
I think it'd be hard having him in the left the rest of my life.
I was ready to snap call you with Jack 8.
You're a good player. I would not want you there.
Thanks.
Silverman looking to do some damage here with 6-3 of clubs. Thinking of a specific flop.
We invite him again.
Well, that's about as good as it gets.
Well, yeah, that's right in the neighborhood.
But are you on the seat committee?
Flush draw, straight draw.
Beating Phil Hellmuth gets you off the seat committee, gets you out
Noah's
of the...
got to be liking this flop.
Well, he looks like he's ready to bet it. The amount is $29.50.
You don't think I have influence on who plays
I
in the
bet
game?
you do.
I have a big influence.
Wonder if Silverman's thinking of putting in a raise here.
Phil, it's been a real pleasure playing with you.
Good way to win this pot without having to hit your hand. And if you do get called, you've got lots of equity. There it is. Puts Noah Schwartz all in. I don't see how Noah folds queens.
Well,
Noah may come to the conclusion that Silverman probably wouldn't do this with a set and is way more likely to do it with a draw, at which point I think he's going to gamble.
You need the money the guy has. The guy's like,
He does call.
Yeah. Maybe
Is he
just
trying to win 25?
Yeah,
he wanted good TV, maybe, but it's still wrong.
All right, we're going to run it twice.
Orbit or no, this is it?
In order to scoop the pot, a player would have to win both of the boards.
So far, so good for queens. Board 1 is going to go to Noah Schwartz.
That should be whoever.
He is free rolling for this entire pot. And it looks very likely he's going to win the second one.
8 of clubs from the first one, if anybody has it.
Has to fade the river. He does.
Wow. Monster $30,000 pot for Noah Schwartz. He had to work for it, though. He had to make a tough call.
Hey, sometimes queens hold up against 6 tray. Sometimes.
We got some pizza at a place called Giovanni's. I noticed that Mike is already eating pizza, and I was the first to order. It boggled my mind how he would have this pizza, and he explained to me that he found it on the ground. He had ground pizza.
Oh, it's tasty. Not gonna lie to you. Pepperoni, a fine marinara sauce, tasty crust.
Closed captioning is brought to you as a public service by Poker Night in America. Thanks for coming back to Poker Night in America here at Seminole Hard Rock. Well, we're going to be heading home for the night, but let's see who's going to be sleeping comfortably, dreaming about a big old pile of chips.
First, let's take a look at the losers. No offense.
Ian O'Hara down 21,000, and most of that came in the process of just one hand. And here's the winners for tonight. This is my shocked face. Alec Torelli's on Poker Night in America, and he's winning again.
I'm pretty shocked to see Phil Hellmuth in the winner column. I mean, $25, that seems like it should be a tip. All right, kids, that's all the time we've got here in Florida. Next time, we head to Rivers in Pittsburgh for more poker. Duh. And Hanson finally fulfills his lifelong dream of becoming a colonel.
Yeah, colonel.
Oh my God, that's how you spell colonel.
Yeah.
I just got that.
Yeah.
All this time. Learn something new every day.
If you want to learn something new about Poker Night, visit us at pokernight.com or find us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch for up-to-date information, full episodes, and unedited live streams. For all of us here at Poker Night in America, thanks for watching.
Why do they spell it like that, colonel?
I don't know. Looks like, I always thought it was colonial.
Oh,
when I
yeah.
saw how it was spelled out, I thought
Colonial.
it looks like colonial.
Maybe we've been saying colonial wrong all these years. Maybe it's Kernial.
Colonial.
Kernial.